What's going on, guys? What's going on, guys? Good morning, good morning. I'm back at you with some more knowledge. Just trying to help my people out, get up out the rat race. I'm going to be concise with you today. I'm not going to be too long. I'm just going to drop this knowledge and I'm going to be out. Don't forget to like and subscribe, guys. Don't forget to stay blessed. Don't forget to invest. So, today I want to talk about, guys, one of the things that I've used to acquire more rental property, guys, and even consolidate debt. That is taking out a home equity line of credit, guys. So today we're going to talk about how to take out a home equity line of credit to buy another property, guys. Step by step guide. Like I said, I'm going to be concise, guys, and I'm just going to tell you something that I've done, something that you can do. Don't be afraid that you can generate more passive income by buying another property or get rid of some debt, guys. So here we go. So, guys, what is a home equity line of credit, guys? A home equity line of credit, all it is a revolving line of credit that's secured by your home, guys. So that's all it is. It's a revolving credit that's secured by your home. So pretty much it's like a credit card. So instead of doing like a cash out refinance where uh, let's say your house is worth 200,000 and I'm sorry, say your principal balance of your house is 200,000 and it's worth 350,000. You have 150,000 of equity. You want to take out maybe 80,000 of that, guys. Usually banks allow you to take out what if it's an investment 75%, if it's your house 85%. And I think for a home equity line of credit, it's 85% if you live in it. And if it's a multi-family, a lot of banks don't do it on multi-family units, guys. I found that people like Flagstar, TD Bank, they do it on multi-family units. So if you have a multi-family unit and you want to take out a home equity line of credit, Flagstar does it and TD Bank does it. So most other banks don't do it. They only do it on single family homes. So just remember that. So home equity line of credit is a revolving line of credit, guys, that's secured by your home. So like I said, instead of doing like a cash out refinance where you refinance to another interest rate and you pull out cash and it resets your mortgage and your mortgage balance, I'm sorry, your mortgage payment may go up or it may go down depending on the interest rate. But this is where you're not taking out no cash. You just pretty much borrowing money or not. Yeah, you're borrowing money and it's a line of credit based on how much equity you have on your property. So it can be a good thing because interest rates on Heloc are usually cheaper than you doing like a whole cash out refinance. But each of them have its own pros and cons. It all depends on the time of what you're trying to do in the time of the market. So what can you use the Helocs for, guys? You can use it for home improvement. You can use it for debt consolidation. You can use it for major purchases. You could use it for retirement planning. But I will say this, guys: do not take out a home equity line of credit, guys, because you want to buy a car, guys, or you want to look fancy, you want to buy clothes. Do not do that, guys. Let your money work for you and watch it play. Let your money work for you, guys, and watch it play. You know what I'm saying, guys? Do not take out a home equity line of credit. I repeat, for to buy clothes or to buy a big car and nothing like that. Do not use it to generate more income. But one thing that I've done, guys, I've taken out a home equity line of credit for debt consolidation. And what I mean by that is, so I had a high credit card balance of like 25,000, and my payment every month was like 550 plus interest. So I had to pay a little bit more. So I took out a hell lot. I said, okay. My payment on hell lot, if when I took out, I think I took out like 47,000. My payment was only like $200. So I took 20 some thousand and I paid like I took like maybe 18,000 or 22,000. I paid off my credit card down to under 30% because it made sense because my payment was way lower with the Heloc versus with the credit card. So that's why a lot of people use Helocs for debt consolidation because the payment is cheaper. So that's smart. So just remember that, guys. So people may do it for home improvement. I would say if you're going to do home improvement, make sure you're doing home improvement to generate more income. Like on one of my properties, I'm adding another bedroom, which is going to give me another like $300-400 in rent. So that's smart. So that's why I'm using Helllock for that. For retirement planning, some people may do it for that. They may just take out money. They may be in a 60 day, 70 day one a line of credit, which some people do that. That's not a bad thing. If you're in the 60s and the 70s and you want to pull out cash and just live out the remains of your days, living on the beach with two, 300,000, 400,000 because your house is paid off. I mean, so big. But just do your due diligence and talk to financial advisors, guys. If you do that. Hell locks typically have lower interest rates than credit cards, personal loans. That's what I was talking about, guys. That's the reason why. One of the reasons why I paid off my credit card because the payment on the Hell lock was way cheaper, guys, than my credit card. The credit card was busting my chops, so it made sense for me just to use the Hell lock and have the way cheaper payment. You know what I'm saying? That was fixed because you can fix Hell lock payments, guys. Even though he like payments go with the market, but you actually call on them and fix it or fix the rate for the remainder of. So let's say you took your Hell lock um, 3 months ago, so you can lock in your Hell lock rate for 29 years and 8 months. I'm sorry, 9 months is 12 months in a year. So I hope that made sense. So you can actually lock in your Hell lock and make it a fixed payment and just pay a little bit extra on the principal to get it down quicker. That's another video though. So, but yeah, guys, let's continue. So how does one qualify for a Hell lock, guys? It's the same thing as pretty much like qualify for a mortgage, guys. To qualify for a Hell lock, you need to meet the following requirements. You have good credit, steady income, have enough equity in your home. Your lender will also consider your debt to income ratio and your debt to income ratio. So the same thing as qualify for a house. The lender's going to check all that, guys. Your income, your credit score, make sure you have enough equity in your house. And then they're going to consider your debt to income ratio. And I think your debt to income ratio has to be around like 40%. That's another video I'm going to talk about what what de- what debt to income ratio is, guys. I'm going to talk about that, but that's what you're going to need to qualify. You're going to have good credit score, steady income, enough equity in your house, and your debt to income has to be good. So debt to income is assets versus liability. Lenders want to make sure that you don't have more liabilities than your income. So if you got all that, guys, and even if you don't, go watch my video where I talk about how to build your credit up. There's ways to if you have bad credit and there's ways to get your debt to income ratio down. There's ways to do it, guys. So don't fret. Don't be afraid if one of these situations might not line up. All things are possible. Just have faith, guys, and you'll definitely get the job done. You know, how do you get a hell lock? Like I said, you have to the same way you apply for a mortgage, same way you apply for a hell lock. Call up a lender, and like I said, on a multifamily unit, TD Bank and Flagstar, from what I learned through my experience, who I applied with, who I got a hell lock with TD Bank, they do it on multifamily units, which is a great thing because most banks do not do hell locks on 4 unit properties or multifamily units, guys. Remember that. So the lender will review your application and determine if you qualify for the hell lock. If you are approved, the lender will provide you a hell lock agreement. So you have closing documents. You'll be able to close in 30 days. You'll sign documents the same way you'll sign a house, guys. And once you sign the agreement, the lender will disperse the funds to you. And they actually send you checks, guys. They actually send you these checks that you can write. And you also can sign like for like online banking where you can see your line of credit and you can actually um, if you have two banks accounts. So let's say you're not with TD Bank, you open a mobile bank account with TD Bank, and you can connect it to your Chase account, and you can transfer the funds whenever you need them to your account, your Chase account. You can do like an ACH transfer, which is a good thing, guys. So how do you use a hell lock? I talked about this earlier. Once you have a hell lock, you can use the funds for any purpose you choose. I'm gonna tell you a little story. So I remember I was applying to purchase another 4 unit, and I was this old one. She's maybe like 60s, old school. And I told her I had a hell lock, and I was used for a down payment to buy another 4 unit. She told me, oh, you can't use it for to buy for a down payment. You gonna use that for this, and I'm like, lady, I'm like, how you gonna tell me what I could use my money for? And I knew it was wrong. So I'm like, what do you mean I can only use it for this? And she was trying to tell me what I could. And the thing about it, she wasn't even with TD Bank. Like, she was with a whole another bank trying to tell me what I could use the money for with my lock. So I didn't use, so I didn't use her. So, but you can use the funds for anything you wish, guys. Don't let someone tell you that you're going to use it for this. Oh, that you can't use the hell lock for a down payment or, whatever, whatever. Don't let no one tell you that, guys. If they tell you that, they'll know what they talk about. Go to another lender, guys. Go to another lender. And again, however, it's important to remember that you would need to repay the loan plus interest over time. You can repay the loan in full at any time without penalty. I think I have a prepayment penalty. Check with your bank. Um, so check with your bank on that pre-penalty thing, guys. But if if you're, let's say you can refinance out of the HELOC at any time. And even if it's a prepayment penalty, it's probably only gonna be like a couple of $100. It's not gonna be anything, anything major or anything like that. So don't fret. Don't be afraid if you want to refinance out of it because you got more equity in your house and you just want to get out the hell lot. So don't fret, guys, over that. How do you repay HELOC? Like I said, you can set up an online mobile bank or whatever company or whichever bank that the HELOC you have, and you can actually make payments from your main bank account to transfer it to that bank who you set up an online banking with, and you can pay it online. It's fairly simple. Here you also repay it back in two ways. You can repay the loan back full at any time without penalty. You can repay the loan over time with interest. The interest rates on Hell is typically variable, which means that it changes over time. And but that is true. Hell interest rates are variable. But don't fret because you can lock in a hell rate lock. You can lock in the rate, guys. So you can lock in the hell lock rate for 30 years, and you can pay a little bit extra. I pay like a little bit extra every time a monthly payment. I pay extra like 80, 60, $80. I do that, so you can do that, guys. Don't think that the interest rate is going to change on you. You may have something to worry about, and if they do change, it's not going to be that much. But like I said, you can also lock in a rate on a HELOC, guys. A HELOC is a good way to use the money, guys, to buy another rental property to build more generational wealth, guys. They're a great tool. I wish I would have known this, guys. And I knew about a home equity line of credit, but this is why having a mentor is good too, guys. Because I sold my first property, which I shouldn't have sold. I should have just took out a HELOC. Cause I should have just took out a HELOC. That property was generating me so much income. I mean, even though I made a lot of money on it, and it was a good deal, but I don't want to sell none of my properties. I want to pass down to my kids. I want to pass down and build that generational wealth up and build the legacy. If I would have known more about it, at that time in 2012, because I wouldn't have sold the property. So, but I'm not gonna cry with spilt milk. But HELOC is a great way, guys, to get into another property and just repeat it, rinse and repeat, do it over and over again. Just make sure that you're leveraging correct, that you're not over leveraging. You know, Here are some benefits, guys, of using a HELOC to buy another property. There are several benefits to using a HELOC to buy another property. You can borrow the money at a lower interest rate than a traditional mortgage. Remember, I talked about that earlier. HELOC rates are cheaper than doing like a cash out refinance, but it all depends on the situation at hand. But you can borrow the money at a lower interest rate than a traditional mortgage. You can use the equity in your home to make a down payment on a new property. And this is what it's all about, guys. This is what savvy investors do. This is what Elon Musk do. All Elon Musk has is a line of credit from the banks, guys, for on Tesla. Play the game that the big boys play, but play in your own world, guys. And you become wealthy, guys. You become wealthy. It's a great way, guys. If you have equity in your home, use that equity, make a down payment on a new property, guys. You can also use a HELOC with a longer repayment period than a traditional mortgage. Like I said, you can lock in a HELOC in for a fixed rate. Don't let anyone tell you that, oh, the interest rates change, they're variable. Yes, that is true. But it's plenty of things that you can do to HELOC. You can lock in a rate. There's other things that I didn't know that you can do. You can lock in a HELOC rate, fix. You can make it fix. So just a little recap, guys. You can borrow money at a lower interest rate than a traditional mortgage. You can use the equity in your home to make a down payment on a new property. You can use it. You can get a hell lot with a lower repayment period than a traditional mortgage. So that's how people use them. And like I said, I wish I would have known about it. I would have never sold my first property, guys. Would have never sold it. What are the risks? Are there some risks using hell lot to buy another property? There are also some risks associated with a hell lot to buy another property. What are they? If you value your home, the value of your home decreases, you may have to pay more for the new property. But how likely is that, guys? I mean, this is why this is what I'm saying. So this is why I'm saying use a hell lot on your multifamily unit because multifamily units tend to go up over time, even in a recession, when inflation is high like it is now, because the cost of produce goes up, so rents goes up. So it's a win-win situation. That's how multifamily units protects you against inflation. And I'm not saying single family homes are bad, but this is for my people who want to build generational wealth on a multifamily unit. Multifamily units go up over time Multifamily units, even when there's recessions, they hold their value and they even go up. Even now, multifamily units are going up, and we're in a so-called recession when banks failing. Multifamily units are going up. So it's a protection, guys. You may have to worry about this if you took a HELOC out on a single family home, if your home may decrease. So you do have to pay attention to that. Another risk is if you're unable to repay the HELOC, you could lose your home. So that's another thing. But that's the same thing as a mortgage. If you don't pay your mortgage, you can lose your home. So it's the same thing. It's a promissory note saying you're going to pay this revolving credit back. So that's just I want to make that make this make you be afraid because if you don't pay your mortgage, you're gonna lose your home. So just don't don't be afraid. You may have to pay closing costs on both the Heloc and the new property. That's another risk. So, what are the risks? If the value of your home decreases, you may have to pay more for the new property. But this is why I only say take a HELOC on multifamily units, not on single family homes. If you're not unable to repay the HELOC, you can lose your home. So, but we know that if you don't repay any, if you don't pay your car, though, you can lose your car. It's called repossession. So, pay your debts, guys. Pay who you owe. Also, you may have to pay closing costs on both the HELOC and the new property, which is fine. Don't let that discourage you, guys. Just have a game plan. In conclusion, guys, in conclusion, using the HELOC to buy another property can be a great way to get a low interest loan. And a HELOC is not a loan; it's a revolving credit. They do have home equity loans, a home equity loan, but here it says loan, but it's not a loan. It's a loan, but it's not a loan. It's a revolving credit. But they do have something called a home equity loan that you can take out too, where they just give you a lump sum of the money, but it's not revolving like the HELOC. It's not revolving. Um, but a HELOC is can be a great way to buy another property to get a low interest rate loan and use the equity home to make a down payment on another property. However, it is important to weigh the risks and benefits before making a decision. Everything is risk, guys. So minimize your risk. Like I said, you could get in your car and drive with no hands and crash. But if you put both hands on the steering wheel, you minimize your risk to pretty much none. You pretty much, just have to do your due diligence, guys. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. If you're considering to use a hill lot to buy another property, be sure to talk to your financial advisor. Get more information, guys. I'm just giving you my experiences, guys, but still do your own due diligence, guys. Do your own due diligence research, and you'll find out that it's a great way for you to build generational wealth and to build more income, guys. I'm not gonna hold you guys too long, guys. I got other things I have to do, but I love you guys, man. Like and subscribe, guys. Stay blessed and invest. Put your money to work and watch it play. I'm out.